The Libido Doctor is in.
Hello and welcome. This is Dr. Suzanne, and I wanted to talk briefly about the use of dildos. Medically, they are recommended for some pathologies. If, for example, a woman has dyspareunia, which is pain during sexual intercourse because of contractures of her vagina, we could use them to dilate her feminine flower in order to help her enjoy intercourse better. If, for example, you had surgery in your pelvis or your vagina area, we can also recommend that to help dilate and retrain your muscles. Now, I would like to talk about the use of the dildos in the married couple, all right? And I want to highlight 3 aspects that can be influenced by that use. The first one is your physiology. The second one is the emotions. And the third one is the spiritual. Talking about the first one, you have to understand that dildos are foreign bodies. They are foreigners. They're just coming from somewhere. So it's not anything natural, meaning that they are coated with chemicals. And those chemicals do 2 things. First of all, they cause an abrasion in your very delicate cells inside your flower. Abrasion means, like when you're scratching yourself so much and you having exfoliation. How can I say that? Abrasion, something really harsh. That's what it does. That's the first thing. And then the second thing it does, those chemicals get deposited inside your vagina and will cause some changes in your hormonal balance that you may not necessarily notice initially, but with time and depending on the frequency of your use, there's going to be an accumulation. You need to know that whatever you put inside of you will give the shape to your feminine flower. So if you go out there and you buy a toy that's larger than your husband, there's going to be a problem. Because when he comes to meet you, there's not going to be a tight fit. No. And you may not even feel him the way you like. And that's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. The other thing it does is that because you use it by yourself, you determine the frequency you want to get you to that threshold of pleasure. And your husband might not know that. Therefore, you're going to be frustrated because he's not using the same frequency, because he doesn't even know. And he's not even fitting anymore because the size that you're using is just humongous. Girl, those are the dangers. Okay. The type of orgasms you're going to have and the type of nerves you're going to recruit for those orgasms. Let's say is you're using the vibrational part, you're using the twisting part, you're using the sucking part, you're using whatever. It's going to recruit different types of nerve cells that will give you different types of orgasms that are humanly impossible to reproduce. So you're putting your husband in a tough spot, All right. So it takes us to the emotional consequences. Emotional consequences are going to be for your husband, performance stress. He could even have premature ejaculation. He can have erectile dysfunction because he will feel that you're not there anymore. I was reading the story of a husband who decided to offer a dildo to his wife for her birthday. Who does that? I don't know. After a while, the guy discovered that the wife wasn't too much into him anymore. She was like, oh no, honey, no, don't touch me down there. Don't go down. You know, it hurts me. Then he discovered that the days after the intercourses, she was using her dildo actively. He started monitoring her, monitoring the position. Oh, where is it? Is it under the pillow? Is it at the... I'm sorry. But that's what you get. That's what you get. Why do you introduce that to your bedroom? Some people like it, some people don't. But there are consequences. And you may not see them initially, but you will discover them as time goes by. Okay? So that's on the man's side. But on the woman's side, if you get used to the type of orgasms you're getting from your toy, your husband, you are not going to value him anymore like that too, because you feel that he's not giving you what you like. That's dangerous. Meanwhile, God gave you his toy to enjoy, to play with, to Anyway, the third thing is the spirit. Whenever you guys come together in marriage to have intercourse, you need to know that it's not just two bodies coming together. It's two bodies physically, it's two souls and two spirits, because we are tripartite, the body, the soul, and the spirit. We come together and we just have a, deep fusion. But then there's another spirit around. It's either the spirit of God, or it's the familiar spirit of your father's altar or your in-laws' altar that you cut at the dowry ceremony. Or even a spirit husband that is following you because you're using his toy. Be careful, oh. So, even though it's very popular, and I know I'm not going to be very popular for talking about this and not really encouraging that, but I believe that if we want to go back to caring for each other, to valuing each other, to really connect and have intimacy, we have to go back to square zero. We have to relearn to know each other. We have to understand what makes us happy. And you know that touch is one of the love languages. We have to relearn to know who we are, know who our spouse is, find out what makes them feel good. I tell you, ladies, if we do that, husbands will be less hooked to porn, to masturbation, to all those conditions, premature ejaculation, low self-esteem. This is going to be erased for at least 80% of the cases. All right, so that's my take on that. You can already tell which side I stand on. But I understand, for those who've been using that forever and ever, just learn, begin to cut down. If you use it 5 times a week, go down to 3, then to 2, then to 1, then to 0. And then retrain your mind, retrain your brain to learn your husband. All right. Thank you so much for watching. This was Dr. Suzanne, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.